A woman was taking a photo of her bestie. She was horrified to find that the sculpture next to her was bleeding. She thought she had seen it wrong. Just as she walked over carefully to check, the statue suddenly broke and a bloody stone fell down. It turned out that the statue in front of her was an ancient immortal who had been sleeping for 5,000 years. He not only had the power to move mountains and seas, but also had the ability to resurrect the dead. But all this came at a price. The woman had to sleep for 60 years every once in a while. In order to prevent being disturbed by others, the woman chose to sleep in a coffin or a stone statue every time. And today was the day she woke up. The 4 slaves she took in when she woke up last time, now established in Jiangcheng 4 major families. The woman was just about to go down the mountain when she met a slave's descendant who came to ask for medicine. She did some random divination and knew that the slave had a terminal illness and would not live long, so she gave the man a bracelet. Tell him that the bracelet could save his grandfather. But the man didn't believe the woman. After all, she looked only 18 years old. How could she have such a great ability? But he couldn't find a doctor in the mountain, so he had to return home. Looking at the unconscious grandfather on the bed, the man was grief-stricken. But at this moment, the bracelet flew out of the man's pocket automatically. Soon, a ball of black air was sucked out of the man's grandfather. The next second, the grandfather not only opened his eyes, but also jumped directly from the bed he sat up. When he saw the bracelet, he immediately understood that the woman had saved him. He immediately bowed to the bracelet with tears of gratitude. The man hurriedly explained that it was given by an ordinary little girl. The grandfather immediately realized that the woman might have woken up again, so he immediately took out the woman's photo. When the man confirmed that this was the woman he saw, the grandfather immediately ordered the man to take people to pick up the woman. At this time, the woman had already come to the home of another servant. The old man who had the final say in the whole Jiangcheng knelt down excitedly when he saw the woman. He also said he was going to see the ancestor. His eldest son and his family came to see her. Seeing this scene, she was stunned. She thought the old man was confused. She wondered if the woman was the old man's illegitimate daughter. She did this to leave all the property to the woman. The woman didn't care about the slander of these young people. But at this time, she saw a ball of black air from the son and daughter-in-law of the slave. So she immediately cast a spell to enter the memory of the scheming woman. She found that the ancient monster that she had sealed had escaped while she was sleeping. Now it is in Jiangcheng University where the scheming woman is. In order to prevent the monster from harming the world, the woman told the old man to arrange for her to go to Jiangcheng University. Although the old man was very surprised, he dared not disobey the words of his ancestors. But he thought that the scheming woman came to fight for the family property. This made the scheming woman hateful and thought that the woman came to rob the family property. Therefore, when the grandfather asked her to wash the woman's clothes, she cut the clothes into pieces with scissors. She thought that the woman would become a laughingstock the next day. As a result, she was surprised to find that the woman's clothes were intact on her body the next day. Little did she know that the woman's clothes were fairy clothes. They began to repair themselves after she left last night. The woman also gave the scheming woman a warning. But the scheming woman thought that the woman was just scaring her and decided to trip up the woman at school. The second early in the morning, the woman and the scheming woman came to Jiangcheng University together. When everyone saw the scheming woman, they were full of praise. They all praised her for her beauty. But when the woman got off the car, everyone was dumbfounded by her peerless beauty. They said that compared with the woman, the scheming woman was simply an ugly monster. Seeing that the woman had stolen her limelight, the scheming woman decided to teach her a lesson. Who would have thought that the woman heard her thoughts clearly? The next second, the scheming woman's expression instantly shattered. This scene was immediately photographed by everyone and posted online, which immediately made the scheming woman lose face. At the same time, the first slave also found out that the woman was studying at Jiangcheng University. The woman immediately ordered the man to bring someone to pick up the woman. After entering the school, the woman began to track the location of the monster. Finally, she stopped in front of the principal's office. When the woman broke into the principal's office, she found that the scheming woman's mother and the principal were in a disheveled state. At this time, the scheming woman who had been secretly following the woman was gloating and preparing to sue the woman for breaking into the office. Who knew that she saw her mother in a disheveled state here? The mother quickly explained that she was just talking to the principal, but no one would believe it unless they were stupid. But the scheming woman really believed her mother's words and accused the woman of being a psychopath. The principal who reacted was also embarrassed. Angry, immediately called the security guard to drive the woman away. The scheming woman also took the opportunity to let the 2 followers teach the woman a lesson. Who knew that the woman just gave a look? The 2 followers slapped the scheming woman crazily. The scheming woman was stunned. The 2 of them beat her for a full minute, until the scheming woman's face was swollen. At this time, the security guard finally arrived at the office. The principal, who was confident, wanted to drive the woman out immediately, but the man who arrived at this time shouted who dared to do it. Everyone was surprised why the eldest son of the Fu family came back here, and the man's next move shocked everyone. The man actually bowed down to the woman. Everyone was stunned when they saw this.